Nice little garden. Surprised it gets enough sun here. No need to go back. Looks like a small wind turbine for electricity. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. I don't see anything out of the... I don't have anything else to say to him. Looks like Katerina needs oxygen to keep her stable. A portable medical kit with all the essentials. That combination makes no sense. That combination makes no sense. I don't see how those things... I don't see... Hi again.
Hey there. What can I do you for?
Oh, my God!
What?
Are those robot eggs?
Nisa, no, that's not quite. You better take those away before he gets excited. He keeps bugging me about a little brother.
I'm off. See you later.
Take care.
Bye-bye, police lady.
Cute little robot. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Not really feeling an urge for tea right now. I don't think extra strength helps there. I don't need to use any force with him. Hi again.
Hey there. What can I do you for?
Oh, my God!
What?
Are those robot eggs?
Nisa, no, that's not quite. You better take those away before he gets excited. He keeps bugging me about a little brother.
Nah, I don't want to scare the poor guy. I'm off. See you later.
Take care.
Bye-bye, police lady.
An anatomically correct gentleman. Nice, soothing sounds. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. A big old combustion engine exhaust. You don't see many of those around these days. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Nothing left in there. Dr. Pearson must have cleaned it out quite thoroughly. Various tools and lots of knives headed for recycling. That action doesn't seem... A few crates of different sizes. Maybe for transporting some of the recycled materials? This thing is used to transport metals to the smelter. It's filled with various junk. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Maybe later. Doesn't look functional. There's probably a staircase somewhere. That's more runes. Seems to be a common thing in Nordsund. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Looks like this was filled with supply. I don't see anything. The womb tank looks completely empty. I don't see how those things work together. I don't see how those... Still plenty of nutrients left. I did that already. Two electronic wrist implants, extracted from Carl and Katerina. Replica of multi-purpose cultivation robot, courtesy of Nordsund Museum. Replica of prospecting. I'd say those are saffron crocuses. Not sure what those are. Doesn't look like tomatoes, at least. I don't need any unused bandages. Would come in handy in a pinch. It's filled with cannulas, those little needle things used to connect an IV. I don't think I need one right now. A portable medical kit with all the essentials. Two electronic wrist implants, extracted from Carl and Katerina. I don't want to share that with... It's a map of the clinic layout. A list of admitted patients. I don't recognize any of the names. An old, healthy-looking plant. One last waiting room before... I did that already. That combination makes no... Appears to be a small crema... Not now. Not at the moment. That action, nice big lemon. Small miracle to see it grow to that size under these conditions. That action, maybe later. I don't get the impression that Rolf is a trustworthy guy. Leonard Dahl was the third murder victim and a member of EPOS. He was spying on the other murder victims before his death, and he appears to have acted alone. Dr. Pearson seems competent, but he's definitely got some quirks. Maya Strand, age 41, was the first murder victim and the superintendent of the Nordson Museum. The evidence suggests that she conspired with Katarina to try and create an AI superintelligence. Stina is both dangerous and on the loose. I have to be careful now. It's a shame Anderson was outmaneuvered by Stina. If he'd been able to see through her, we could have saved ourselves a lot of trouble. Walter was a real godsend when I was imprisoned. When all of this is over, I'll have to find a way to thank him properly. Katarina Berg, aka Melinda, a school teacher and resident of Nordson for 2 years. She has confessed to trying to awaken an AI superintelligence, which is a serious crime. It was disappointing how both Anderson and Gabriel fell for Stina's tricks. If Gabriel had been on my side, maybe things could have been different. Carl Oscarson, murdered at age 33. He had a job as a carpenter in the Nordson workshop hall. Leonard's secret recording suggests that Katarina and Maya manipulated Carl to father the child in the womb tank. I think it's safe to assume that the church didn't have anything to do with the murders. Leonard Dahl was somehow killed and then shredded to bits in the recycling center. Due to the state of the remains, there is no clear cause of death. Katarina has finally come forward as a conduit member and confessed that she and Maya were trying to bring back AI. Normally, I wouldn't give such teachings a second thought. But after everything, with Alex's voice still echoing in my head, I wonder. Maya, the first murder victim, was brutally stabbed to death in the Nordson Museum by an unknown attacker. Carl Oscarson was fatally stabbed by an unknown assailant in the Nordson workshop hall. Do you know what these are?
They look like computer chips in some sort of protective shell. Clearly a third-degree violation, right?
Hard to say without the assistance of an engineer, but most likely, yeah. I don't need to go down. Looks like an old hovercraft. That action doesn't seem productive. Nice collection of mushrooms. Looks like the edible kind. Path of the Pilgrim. Kind of an odd name for an exhibition about the collapse. That combination makes no... The device reacted, but nothing happened. Maybe something's missing. The device reacted, but nothing happened. Maybe something's missing. An electronic headset of some kind. Looks turned off. A wall filled with machines. There has to be plenty of illegal technology in here.
I can't shake the feeling that someone is onto us.
We've been careful. You're imagining things, Carl.
Maybe. I can't wait to be done with all of this and just go be a family.
Me either, my love. Me either. Did you get the package?
Yes. Had a look inside. CPUs, neural cores, major third-degree violations.
I don't like it any more than you do, but it will keep Maya off our backs for a while.
Fuck, Mel, it's too hot. Terrorist classified hot. By definition, we're terrorists now.
Don't be dramatic. We'll keep our heads down, let Maya have her fun, then eject from this whole mess.
Things used to be so simple around here.
That action doesn't... This place was set up to be private. Various technical drawings. Some of them look similar to the womb tank. I don't see how those things work together. An electronic... I don't think extra strength... No need to go back in there. That was a close one. Looks still and serene. Looks a bit overgrown. Could use some trimming. Various handbooks for the typical day-to-day stuff. Looks like an old filing cabinet. Not sure what it's used for. I don't have a reason to. We have more things to discuss, Katerina.
Like I said, not another word until I see my child.
Hey, I'd like to show you something.
Like I said, not another word until I see my child.
I don't have a reason. I don't want to. I don't want to share that with him. I don't need to write down anything about him. I suppose that's where the doctor writes down his autopsy reports. I did that already. This is probably where Leonard handled all of the paperwork. That action doesn't... About half filled with God knows what. Pretty... I don't see anything out of the order. Nothing left in there. Guess that's the intake for materials to be recycled. I've already done... Ball lightning. My interpretation must have been spot on. There's no reason to go in there now. A light beacon, marking the northern edge of the town disk. The junk piles extend some half a mile into the empty eastern part of town. I doubt they're being added to, though. Nordson residents seem conscientious about recycling. I don't see how those... No need to do that again. Looks like an apartment building. I don't have any... I don't see how those... That action... That combination. Hi again.
Hey there. What can I do you for?
I don't think that topic is relevant anymore. What do you think of the conduit?
Lunatics. Plain and simple.
I'm surprised to hear you say that, given what you do for a living.
Sure, I may seem like the kind of guy who would meddle with AI, but you have to remember that these are just puppets and dolls.
It's true. I'm not really a robot. We just pretend I am.
That's right, my lad. My family was almost wiped out in the collapse. I wouldn't betray their memory by supporting those nutjobs.
I don't think. What do you think of Rolf?
Funny guy. Smokes like a chimney and drives one hell of a hard bargain.
Did you know Leonard Dahl?
A little. He came by every now and then, buying things for the recycling center. We've been talking about automating some of the work there.
Yeah? Anything out of the ordinary about him?
I wouldn't say so. He was a quiet, nice guy. A real shame what happened to him.
I have to find Stina Ruth. Any idea where she might be?
I often see her around this part of town, but I'm not sure where she lives exactly.
I'm off. See ya.
Bye-bye.
All right, looks like her address is at 5 Lindgren Street. I think that's up the stairs opposite Walter's shop. An old badge from when Stina was a police officer in the city. An old badge, a diploma for especially distinguished service, signed by the bureau director. It's probably from back when Stina retired. That's the biggest bottle of booze I have ever seen. Various items to care for a baby. Stina must be the kidnapper. Various items. A discarded beer bottle. I don't need to mess with that. A number of empty glass vials in a neat package. There were a couple of tapes here. A smoker too? It seems that Stina is a woman of many vices. There's a tape player on the table. No tape inside. Looks like Stina when she was about my age. She used to be quite pretty.
Report number 3. After roughly a month of surveillance, I am sure there are no more than 3 people in the group. The leader and the young couple. I have been unable to determine the location of their mainframe, but it must be in one of the key locations here in Nordsund. They rarely go down to the ground. The shack in the junk heap appears to be connected to a large makeshift antenna, so they may have access to long-range communications. The leader keeps referring to her wrist implant as a key, but I'm not sure to what. In any case, we should make sure to obtain it when we strike. We're starting to reach a point where we know enough to take action. Let's meet after dark at the usual place and discuss our options. Leonard, signing off. I know what you said, but I can't wait any longer. They're getting too close. The child will be born in a matter of weeks. If they finalize Project Huldra, it'll be the end of us all. I'll take care of their leader first. I've gained her trust, so it shouldn't be hard to get along with her. As for the child, the host, God forgive me. but it is an abomination. I will do what needs to be done. Make sure you destroy these tapes. If things go wrong, I don't wish for any blame to fall on you or my church. You have taught me much, Councilwoman. If I fail, I trust you'll find a way to resume my sacred duty. Goodbye.
So, if Leonard killed the Conduit members, who killed Leonard? That's some shaky aim. Withdrawal? Those empty vials tell quite a story. I'd better try to track her. She can't stay cloaked forever.